Sydney-siders really love to eat. Unfortunately, that means we also waste up to 300,000 tonnes of food a year. Down at Bondi Beach, sustainability expert and visionary Michael Mobbs has installed the Bondi Gobbler, a composting machine that collects waste from nearby cafes.
It's the Bondi Gobbler. People come here from the cafes just on the other side of the wall, bring big buckets of food waste and tip it in here, and there's a big lot of little bugs and they eat food at a high temperature. They take 200 kilos of food waste a day and shrink it down to 20 kilos.
The compost is used on farms in part of what is called a closed-loop process.
So it's safe to put on the paddocks. So the farmer comes in, loads this up in his ute and takes it out to the farm at Picton, distributes it on the paddocks, and then that grows more soil and it grows more plants. And as it does that, it does a wonderful thing. When you grow soil and plants, you take carbon out of the air. So it's actually taking existing pollution out, and that's the thing that excites me.
Jade Herriman from the Institute of Sustainable Futures has 15 years' experience in sustainability research and project management, and believes that initiatives like Michael's are important in moving forward in reducing the impacts of food waste.
One of the main things about food waste in terms of environmental impacts is all of the resources that go into making the food in the first place. When we throw out a bag of food, we're throwing out all of the resources that help create it. So you think about the water that was used when it was growing, you think about the nutrients that came out of the soil or that were applied with fertilisers while it was growing. You think about the energy, the trucks, the transport, the cold storage, all of these behind-the-scenes resources that went in to create that food. They're all wasted the minute we throw that food away. Look, from what I know, programs like the Close the Loop that use the Gobbler are really effective ways of connecting the people that generate food waste through to the people who can actually use and benefit from that waste. And so it's actually transforming it from a waste into a resource. And by doing that in a really public way that connects consumers to the process and helps them to understand that this is a different way of treating that material, it's really beneficial because it can then ripple through the community and perhaps seed other programs as well.
Conservationist and entrepreneur Gavin Smith is excited by this new technology and plans to purchase a gobbler for his own personal use.
And I think this one is particularly interesting because it can take a huge volume of food scraps from places that normally just simply dump it in the garbage and it goes off to a landfill. So for me, this is a wonderful step in the right direction as far as doing something with food waste.
Michael hopes to expand the Closed Loop initiative and install gobblers Australia-wide.
My dream, my plan here is that for a while we'll get some data, we'll get confidence, and then we'll roll these out to every food court, fast food, supermarket, anywhere where food is wasted in cafes and restaurants all across Australia, and that we will stop food going to landfill. It's such a wonderful resource, and that we'll do this in the next couple of years, and there'll be a rush to have these by anybody anywhere in Australia. So fingers crossed we can do this, because if we do, we'll be growing better food all the way across Australia and stopping all the pollution that comes from wasting food.
This is Jessie Goldie for EcoSydney.